You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, let's continue to talk about the fallout from Team USA men's hockey team winning a gold and going to meet Trump. Now, we've been talking about these outlets, trashing this team for meeting Trump. They didn't like it. We're talking about Canadian media outlets, man. Also, American media outlets. And also you had woke idiots like Megan Rapinoe trashing the team, calling them clowns, calling them names for meeting Trump. I mean, the Trump derangement, folks, is really, really out of control. It really is out of control. By the way, I made a video on the network channel today, guys. A Smoothie King employee got fired. Why? Because she saw a customer with a Trump sweatshirt, and she actually refused to make his order. Yeah, she got fired. That is Trump derangement right there, folks. Trump derangement. These people are sick. These people are crazy. Now, that brings us to Charles Barkley, Basketball Hall of Famer, who's on Inside the NBA, of course. Him and Ernie Johnson actually have a podcast together called, what is it called? Steam Podcast, something like that. Yeah. Charles Barkley goes off on these people slamming the men's hockey team for meeting Trump. Now, Barkley says he's not a Trump guy, and I think he's been pretty clear he didn't vote for Trump. But he did say if he was invited to the White House by Trump, he would go. He would go. The man went, and some of those guys definitely MAGA. I mean, one of them was actually wearing a MAGA hat. And I'm willing to bet that most of those guys are probably pro-Trump. Maybe not all of them, but hey, they show respect. They went to the State of the Union. They were invited. They went to the White House. And that was that. But these lunatic leftists, man, they couldn't stand it. They couldn't stand it. So media outlets want to write hit pieces on them. Completely insane. But let's go ahead and dive into this, guys. Here we go. But first, check out blackwhitenetwork.com. Support us by becoming a member. Memberships are just $10 a month. You can actually save money by getting the annual plan. We post member videos over there on the website, in addition to our Friday member stream that we have every Friday at 4 p.m. Central Time. If you guys would like to donate, you can donate directly on the website. $1, $5, $20, $100, whatever you guys want to give. And guys, we're running our spring break sale right now. 20% off everything in the merch store, guys. This is our biggest sale that we had so far since we actually started the website. You can get our Patriots 1776 shirt. I'm actually rocking it right now. One of my favorites. We got the football shirt. Our best-selling shirt here is the America 250 Bald Eagle Edition shirt that actually has the America 250 flag on the back. A lot of people love that one. We also have America 250 hoodies right here, zip-up hoodies. We even have a Black and White Sports backpack. We have a Black and White Sports hoodie, t-shirt, zip-up hoodie. We got coffee mugs. We got hats. But if you are a paying member to the website, guys, you get 25% off your entire order. So let's do it. Right here. Charles Barkley scolds sports fans for getting wrapped up in Olympic hockey frenzy. Barkley says he would have gone to the White House. And I really do believe he would have actually went to the White House. I really do. Now, Barkley never got the opportunity as an NBA player to go to the White House. But I'm pretty sure he would have gone. Now, back in 1992, guys, when the men's team actually won a gold medal in basketball, that was 1992 in Barcelona. I'm not exactly sure if they went to the White House or not back then, but George H.W. Bush was the president, and I'm pretty sure Barkley would have went if George H.W. Bush invited him. But look here. It says Basketball Hall of Famer Charles Barkley sounded off on the frenzied reactions to the U.S. men's hockey team getting invited to the White House by President Donald Trump. Trump talked to the Olympic gold medal winning team immediately after they defeated Canada in overtime last weekend. He said they would be invited to his State of the Union address and added that he needed to invite the women's team as well, or he would be impeached. Now, that was a joke. We all know that was a joke, and the women, they got invited too. But the women said, nah, we got other plans. We can't go. Then Trump said, yeah, they eventually going to come. And now the women's team is kind of like, we'll see, scheduling, all this other stuff. So they're still kind of making excuses on the women's side, but they were invited. Okay. They were invited. But let's go ahead and dive into this clip, guys, of Charles Barkley here on his podcast, The Steam Room. That's what it's called, with Ernie Johnson. Let's watch this clip here.
All right, so I'm going to finish up on this. I'm proud of the United States men. I'm proud of the United States women. You should have invited both of them to the White House, but it shouldn't have been disrespect, misogyny. Like, yo, man, why do y'all have to mess up everything? Everything is not Democrat, Republican, conservative, or liberal. That's why we got this divided, screwed up country. Stop it, man. Because, you know, the public, they're idiots. They're fools. They can't think for themselves. So, you know what, I know y'all say stuff to trigger them. Y'all say stuff, but y'all know they're going to be fools.
You keep saying y'all. Does this not all go back to the president's phone call?
Yes.
I mean, that's.
But we don't have to.
If I don't invite them, they're going to impeach me.
We don't have to fall for stupidity, Ernie.
I know.
But we do, because that's my point. These people out here are stupid. They need something to trigger them. We don't, just because they want us to be stupid, we don't have to be stupid. He should have invited both teams to the White House.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. Guys who didn't want to go shouldn't have to explain why they didn't go. I've said this before. I'm not a Trump guy. But if I got invited to the White House, I would go. I'm not a Trump guy. I want to make that clear. But I respect the office. He's the president of the United States. But if guys don't want to go, I understand that too. It doesn't have to be a talking point. It doesn't have to be. I don't have to be un-American. I just wish y'all would stop falling for stupidity.
Well said, young man. You feel better now?
I feel better now.
Yeah. So you guys heard that right there. Now, Charles Barkley, man, remember this same guy that said back in 1993, I'm not a role model. Parents should be role models. Charles Barkley has been based throughout his career. He's never been one to actually be afraid to speak his mind. And we know that. But I respect Charles Barkley for coming out and saying this. You don't need to be a Trump guy to actually go to the White House. I mean, let's just be real, guys. The only reason why these people are freaking out is because it's Trump. That's it. Nothing more. Trump derangement. That's all it is. Anything that Trump does, man, is something as small as, hey, I'm going to invite you to the White House. People lose their minds. These leftists lose their minds. Now, I'm going to be very interested, guys, to see whoever wins the NBA championship, are they going to be going to the White House? Now, did Oklahoma City Thunder, did they actually go to the White House? I think they did. But let's just say, man, it was the Lakers. Now, the Lakers aren't a contender. They're just not. But if they won, boy, you know what? I would love to see if LeBron James is going to go to the White House with Trump. I would love to see that, man. Would he actually go? Something's telling me that he wouldn't. Even though he really should. He really, really should. But like I said, man, Lakers, they're not contenders anyway. But what do you guys make of this? What do you guys make of Charles Barkley right here? Do you agree with what Charles Barkley said? I think it was pretty base. From a guy that's not even a Trump supporter. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.